many, many years. We have apartments and things like that. Me personally, I was spending about $200 to $400 a month on skincare regimens. I was going to Dallas, I was going to San Angelo, to all these new spas to find out the latest and great. And I was very upset because I'd spent thousands and thousands of dollars on different products, and for 10 years, and I felt like my skin was getting worse and worse. And I will be 51 soon. And after using Nerium for just a couple of weeks, I mean, we both got excited. I kept telling Chris, you know, we got to look at this. This is direct sales, and we did direct sales in our 20s. But you know, he's semi-retired, golfing all the time, and he's like, Dot, we are not doing one of those deals. I don't want to talk about it. And I would say, what about our children? And we had people at our church that we do financial counseling with and things like that. We're very, very busy schedules. Back then, they're not busy at all now like they used to be. I owned a boutique. I owned a salon that I'd had for 10 years. And I just kept telling Chris, you know, we got to look into this. And he kept kind of laughing at me and making fun of me. He's like, Dot, I'm a golfer and a full-time granddaddy, and I'm not interested. So I thought, well, I know he's a godly man, and I know if one thing will get him, it would be ask him to pray about it. So I said, okay, honey, why don't you just pray about it? And he goes, I'll pray about it, but we're not doing it. And so anyway.
I heard God.
Long story short, which we'll tell more of our story next month. On the way to the golf course, he prayed about it, and the Lord spoke this to him, and he said, you need to pay attention to this company. And he said, but God, I don't want to pay attention to that company. And he said, you need to pay attention to the company. So we went in full force. I earned a Lexus in 2 months. I, too, didn't need a car. He had just bought me a brand new car, paid cash for it. So a lot of times my point is we miss a lot of people because we think, well, they don't need this business. And I shut down both of my boutique and my salon so that I could be with my grandbabies. We travel and see our kids. We made a commitment to at least see them once a month. And so in the last 2 months, Chris and I probably haven't even been home 3 or 4 days. And not just with Nerium, we're traveling the world. We just went to the Dominican Republic, took some friends, paid their way, some pastors, and we are living the dream. And I just want to encourage each of you not to pass people up and to don't prejudge people.
We were at Cancun this summer at the trip, and of course they were introducing Mexico, and we were away from the big crowd because it was loud, and we were sitting off by another swimming pool, and they were hollering, you know, getting ready for the president of Mexico was speaking, and they were hollering, "Viva Mexico! Viva Mexico!" And they were all hollering, and about the third time, this guy walks in front of our table, and I was being a Texican, I said, "Remember the Alamo!" And that's when I met Philip. Philip turned and high-fived me. And
I want to say too, Chris for those of you that don't know, Chris is a private pilot, and he had a plane, and he crashed his plane last October, and so he burned his face real bad, and we was care flighted to the hospital. But you know what? Our other businesses, we have to man them a lot more. But with Nerium, our Nerium business continued to grow during that 3-month period. And he just had hand surgery to fix some skin on his hands. But you know, most business owners, if that would have happened to them in 3 months, they do not get to participate in their business. They would lose everything they own. Our business continued to grow.
So we look forward to coming back next month, and we'll tell you our full story. But we appreciate y'all.
God is good.